Ever felt so afraid to speak in front of a group or a crowd? Ever experienced this? And this? And this? Well, here in my video, you'll be learning how to improve yourself in speaking. So, watch until the end. One very effective way to improve your speaking skills would be practice, practice, practice. The more you talk, the more that you become more comfortable in speaking. Okay? Let me just share to you again, which I mentioned in my previous video, how this quote had also helped me master the art of speaking and master the ability to speak in front of a group. To master the language is to speak the language. So, if you really want to be a proficient speaker, always practice the language. Another one, it is also very important that you record your voice. Some people would tend to be afraid speaking in front because they feel like they don't sound great, they don't sound nice, and their voice just sucks. Well, when you're recording your voice, you'd learn to find out where the problem is in your speaking, and if you get to understand where the problem is, then you would be able to check on that problem, and therefore you'd be able to improve your speaking skill. The third one is to join different speaking organizations. For students, there are different clubs that would offer speaking engagements or speaking activities, one of which is your Toastmasters Club, where you can join activities, speaking activities, or you are actually required to speak in this particular club, and then you'd be receiving feedback as well from great speakers in the group. Aside from that, speech and debate, I have mentioned in my previous video on improving English proficiency on this. Okay, so if you want to check that, please visit this video. Okay, another one, the fourth one, try studying great speakers. I have to say personally, I love speeches of Martin Luther King Jr. You might as well try to study his speeches. And all others great speakers you might have encountered in your classes, or you might have encountered on TV or the internet, and try to study. If you find them real great speakers, then you might as well study how they generate their ideas, how they speak in front, on TV, okay? Their style, the content of their speeches, their tone, what else? Their body language, how they pause, their gestures, facial expression when they speak. Study those. For the fifth one, okay? Read widely. Don't limit your understanding of certain ideas. Reading widely would improve your vocabulary, your grammar, your sentence structure, your ideas, arguments, so as you would be able to build better ideas which you will also deliver to your listeners. So you don't just speak just because you want to speak. Okay? You have to consider that you have a rich vocabulary, rich ideas, rich arguments. Okay? So you have to read and read so that you have so many things to share. The sixth one, speak with a purpose. Okay? Don't just speak, as I mentioned a while back, don't just talk in front of in front of a group of people. Make sure that you have a clear message to your audience. You want your listeners to know, and you want to convey in your speech. So always have a clear purpose. Are you going to entertain? Are you going to inform your listeners? Are you going to persuade them? Are you going to explain something very important to them? So you know your purpose. Speak with purpose. Next one also, the seventh. seek for feedback. Feedback is very important for you to know where you are in your ideas when you speak or when you deliver a speech. Now, ask someone to listen to you. For example, if you're going to practice your speech because you're going to speak in a graduation ceremony, probably you were invited as a guest speaker, then as you prepare your speech, read your speech right in front of a friend. You call a friend or call someone to listen to your speech and look at how you deliver the speech so that you would know where to improve, so that when you go to that speaking engagement you were invited to, you know how to deliver your speech. And that includes, of course, your purpose and what you want to convey as your message to your listeners. Okay? So seek for feedback. It's very important to know also what others think of how you speak and what you are trying to say in your speeches. Next one is you should know how to relax and take proper breathing before you speak. This will allow us to pronounce the words properly in such a way that we are not stammering. We are powerful in the words we say. Okay? So we know when to actually go in, like the intonation and so on, proper pausing. So relaxing so that you will not look like you're being chased by a dog. Pause. Breathe in also. Okay? Take time, but not too long that your listeners will already get bored listening to you. Okay? Next one, our 9th way or step. Always check on pronunciation and intonation. That includes also enunciation. Okay, pronunciation. Most people tend to be afraid speaking in front because of their fear that they may be pronouncing words in the wrong way. Always check the dictionary for pronunciation. Now, we all already have the phone, so we can just type on Google and then pronunciation for the word. Okay? So you can always check on the pronunciation. If you're not sure, for example, you've prepared your speech already and you want to make use of a certain word you heard somewhere else and you're not sure if it's correctly pronounced, then double check. Okay? Intonation is also very important. If you wouldn't like to listen to a speech that is so monotonous, okay? I am here today willing to give you everything that you want to know. So listen to me. Who would like to listen to such kind of speech or speaking? So, you put yourself, if you're the speaker, try to engage your listeners by speaking the right intonation. Okay? If you have to go high and then suddenly low. Okay? So that is also to let your listeners or to allow your listeners to understand and process your information with a high and low sound. So your intonation. Right? And lastly, 10th one. Always make sure to put effort in your speaking. All of these 9 steps that I have provided are useless and worthless if you're not going to put much effort to follow them. Whatever works for you, be it. However, at the same time, I would like to suggest that these steps would be considered if you really wish to become a good speaker. Okay? And if you really wish to improve your speaking skills for that matter. Okay? So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. If you wish to improve your speaking and if you appreciated and liked this video, then don't think twice. Click on that subscribe button and follow for more. So this is Maestra Rhea in this channel, Maestria. See you again next time.